Hey everyone, I'm Darian.
And I'm Alexander, also known as Allu.
As we celebrate ClashFest 2022 here on our home turf in Helsinki, Finland, no event would be complete without this never-before-seen look at Supercell headquarters and interviews with the game teams who make the games that are played by millions of people around the world.
That's right. This exclusive tour is the first time we've invited the public into Wood City. And in our two-part video series, we'll be granting you with special access into what life looks like here in Supercell Helsinki. So grab your salmiakki and let's get this started.
Supercell headquarters, also known as Wood City, is the largest wood building in Finland. Mainly made of locally and sustainably sourced spruce, Wood City contains more wood than any other building in the entirety of Finland. In fact, most of the building is actually made of wood, with the exception of the concrete foundation and the decorative units here.
Believe it or not, more than 75% of Finland is covered in forest. And this bountiful amount of nature was the inspiration for the design of Wood City, with its organic flowing lines and columns of trees. Although the architecture of Wood City was designed to promote relaxation, creativity, and inspiration, with its open workspaces, plenty amounts of natural light, and the breathtaking views of the surrounding city and harbor, tons of technology went into the design of this building.
Within Wood City alone, there are over 450 kilometers worth of networking cable snaking its way through Wood City. And that's just one example of how much design, technology, and forethought went into developing our brand new headquarters. So why don't we start with a tour and take you to one of the most important places in Wood City. Welcome to Pekka Cafe!
At Supercell, we take coffee seriously. In fact, we take it so seriously that we consume exactly 678 cups of coffee per day. Exactly. All this caffeinated consumption keeps us alert and engaged, but it also needs a dedicated space to enjoy such roasted delights.
Pekka Cafe provides the perfect place to have a cup of coffee or tea or even smoothies, to have meetings with colleagues, or just chat about your day. Delicious pastries, tasty delights provide the ultimate backdrop as really cool musical playlists just keep the vibe chillin'.
Pekka Cafe is surrounded by meeting rooms, where we bring visiting partners, business associates, and other important people when we need a bit of working privacy. Each meeting room is filled with video conferencing technology so that we can chat with those who are working remotely, and of course with our beloved colleagues who work in Supercell's international offices in San Francisco, Seoul, and Shanghai. Hey everybody!
Hey!
Hey!
But you guys, you want to see the cool stuff, right? Should we show them?
Yeah.
This is the Clash Royale meeting room.
Rule of your meeting like the red or blue king. Ever think about living out your fantasies of nerfing or buffing your favorite card? Well, in this room, you can. But don't let the in-game facade fool you. This room is jam-packed with technology, whether it's video conferencing technology that tracks the person speaking, induction pads to charge your mobile devices, and incredibly fast high-speed Wi-Fi for everybody in attendance. In fact, we have meeting rooms themed after each of our live games, whether it's Clash of Clans, Hay Day, Boom Beach, and finally Brawl Stars. Oh, hey Allu, speaking of game teams, do you think we can get some time with the Clash Royale dev team and just have a chat with them?
You know what? I'm pretty sure we can.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
After you.
Thank you. Hey, welcome to the Clash Royale game team. So one thing you'll notice throughout Supercell is our open workspaces. That's a key element of our culture. See, at Supercell, we have minimal hierarchy. That means that every single Supercellian is given from day one the trust and independence to do what they do best. To help facilitate that, no one, not even the CEO, has their private office. But everyone works at an open workspace that's designed for their team's needs. Now, having said that, let's go say hi to Clash Royale. And what would you say are the most important attributes or things that make a good game producer?
That's a good question. I think it's the ability to, be meticulous, very organized, and also to kind of be able to facilitate discussions, be able to understand people and relate to people, and create good relationships with the team.
So when you make decisions as a team, how do you decide?
Yeah, I think obviously when we design and plan what we're doing next, we do this for the players. When we start doing things, then obviously everyone has their own roles, everyone has their own responsibility. And then as a team, we decide on what we should do, what makes sense.
You probably had some kind of assumptions or expectations about what working at Supercell could be like. What were those?
Expectations I had, which were absolutely kind of met, was that everyone's incredibly good at what they do, that everyone's very passionate about the games that we make, and the expectation that I had that didn't turn out to be so true was that everything would be completely kind of nicely organized and everyone would be completely confident that they knew what they were doing. Because it's a very kind of a very chaotic, very freeform and very sort of independent place to work.
What would you say makes a game designer, a great game designer?
Curiosity is probably the most important thing. Just thinking, I wonder, what if this? And then having the sort of the determination to sort of follow that thread and see where it goes. Because for me, the thing that makes this type of games we make sustainable for the very long term is surprising people. It's making sure that our players don't always know what's coming next, and that when an update lands, something isn't just exciting because they've been waiting for it, it's exciting because they never imagined it.
As a game designer working in Clash Royale or with Clash Royale, what makes you most excited?
Oh man. I mean, I feel incredibly lucky to be working on this game because it's got, years of strong history behind it, but it has one of the most easily playable core gameplay of anything I've ever worked on. It's incredibly fun to just pick up and play, and yeah, the hope that I can help kind of bring that to even more people and use that kind of that gift that the people on this team who came before me have given me is really exciting.
How would you describe what makes a great team? What elevates a good team and makes it into a great one?
That's a good question. I think it's all about respecting each other's differences. It's so important for the team to be able to talk about anything and feel safe to express, any feedback, any thoughts that they have, even if they disagree. And we talk about disagree and commit a lot here. So I think it's the sign of a great team is actually that trust that you build together through sharing anything that's on your mind and not feeling like you would be judged or punished for it. And beyond that, I think working well together, being able to communicate well, and generally respect and trust.
If you would describe the working culture at Supercell and in your team, how would you describe it?
I would say both at Supercell and on the team, collaborative, thoughtful, empowering. That's how I would describe it, and that's been my experience.
Let's say there's a new game feature and that means that you need to design something new. How do you start? Where do you begin? Can you talk us about the process?
Well, of course, we work very intensely with the team, so we collaborate a lot. So UI is also some area that everybody, like the coders and also game designers, also work on and comment and kind of come up with concepts sometimes. So it's kind of like a collaborative thing. And also when we play test, then we also might get some feedback and do some adjustments and those kind of things. But where I start is basically discussing the feature, what we're going to make, and then coming up with some kind of like a first draft design of how the feature would work and what's the loop and what player must understand. And then on top of that, we also try to think like visually how do we want it to look like. And from that we then work on the assets. Maybe we need some art and characters or things like that, and then after that we polish it and add animations and things like that. So it's kind of like a process that kind of evolves.
When do you know that you've made something successful, that your decisions were correct? When can you be proud of your work?
When I hear like good feedback from the players, that's always the best. Like if there's like players tell that this was great, and like of course that's the best. Then you know that you've done something right. That's the main goal.
What if you get angry feedback?
Then we go back and try to fix it and make it better.
Okay.
Hey, Allu, you
Yeah.
all done here? We still have a lot of things to show everybody.
Okay, man. Just about done.
All right, let's go. So that wraps up part 1 of our exclusive tour of Wood City here in Helsinki, Finland. We hope you've enjoyed everything you've seen so far, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the Clash Fest festivities yet to come.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in part 2 of this video tour, where we're going to sit down with the Clash of Clans team and show you the rest of Wood City.
See you later.
See you later.